Drum lesson part number 2, part 2. Camera's rolling.
Yep.
I'm gonna go use the bathroom while you guys.
Alright. So, okay. Now we're gonna go through the same kind of things again. I know you got the snare part down. Okay, we're gonna do the quarter notes, 8th notes, 16th notes again. Which is gonna be much better. You're even smoothing out more, and you played it at a little faster speed. So you'll keep it up, and that's definitely an exercise. It's a good.
Is there a way to tilt this a little bit?
Oh, absolutely.
It's kind of hard when this is.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, well, that's no problem. Want it tilted? How's this?
Yeah, thank you.
Oh yeah, that should definitely be. Okay, let's try that again. Yeah, you kind of got even strokes, so if you're not comfortable doing it that fast, slow it down, which is like this. Try it at this speed. Not bad, but you got to work on your 16th notes to kind of make sure you're doing even amounts of strokes, because your strokes are too close together. Like
That's what she said.
you want to. So yeah, like that. You want to make sure they're even. Like listening to my 16th notes. Think of a train. Think of. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Think of a train. Think of what does a train sound like when it's rolling along. Getting a little choppy. One thing I noticed you're still trying to use your arm. It's something that you got to get used to doing is. Okay. It's definitely going to take practice, so do not sweat this. So just watch my hands. Notice no arm movement.
Well, he can loan you some sticks
Yeah,
that
I
are
would
the
gladly-
same.
If you think my sticks might do better for you, I will certainly do that. All right, let me find you a matching pair here. Okay, try these. Yeah, put those down there. Okay, now let's try that same exercise again, which is the dot, 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 faster each time, you know. Okay, much better, definitely, because the sticks, I think, are more even weight, so I don't know, did you just maybe grab 2 random sticks? Were they out of...
Those are the only 2 sticks that were in the pile.
Okay, well, they might have been just oddball sticks, you know. So what you want to do when you go to a music store next time, maybe get a pair of sticks. Huh?
That's a thrift store.
Oh,
We were at the Dig and Save. You ever been to the Dig and Save with me before?
I don't think I have.
It's the thrift store right next to McGee's.
Okay.
And we were in there. I was just looking for fans and stuff. And Abby, all hot to play drums, found some drumsticks. And she's like, "Can we get the drumsticks?" Of course we can get the drumsticks.
Yeah, they were probably cheap, but
They were 7 cents, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I gave him a
understand.
quarter and said, "Keep the change."
Okay. Well, the one thing that's kind of important to do then is when you go to a music store, even sticks there can be cheap. You can still find cheap ones there, but they come in like a plastic wrap or so. They come plastic wrapped, and they are an identical matching pair. That way they're even weight, even sized, and everything. So you'll definitely, they have so many different sizes and thicknesses and lengths. You'll have to like try each pair to find out what feels right to you. That's very important. Like, now how do those sticks feel on you? How do you, well, do they, I mean, you're definitely getting there. So, do they feel comfortable? They don't feel uneven? Because this is important stuff to know, is know what feels right to you. It's always important. And remember what I talked about last week, driving the car? And because I saw you do that on video. And when adults or so shop for a car, just related to the drums, when they shop for a car, they take it out and drive it to see if that car is right for them. Just like, they taken you shop for bikes, right? For a bike? No? I mean, you try each bike, right? Make sure it fits you.
Well,
And
we got a bike at a garage sale.
You got a bike at a garage sale?
well,
Okay. Well, okay. Keep going, Metal Pete.
basically what I'm saying is you would, in theory, you would want to find the one that feels right to you in every way. It feels comfortable to do it, to run it or ride it, or just like with the car, when adults shop for cars, they find the one that drives right and feels right to them. Same with the guitar. It's got to feel right to him. It's got to play right, everything. Give the right feel, because if it doesn't, they're not going to play well, or they're just going to be irritated playing it or working it.
Yeah.
So it's, all those things are important to know, shopping for the right one that feels right to you, so that you're going to enjoy using it, you're going to enjoy it versus be irritated with it. So what we're going to do is, can we do the same snare exercise again? 1, 2. Okay. Now, what I want to do now to make it easier, when we do the whole set again, we're going to do the same rhythm on each of the drums. So just watch what I do. Okay, can I see your 16th notes again on that, Tom, so I can watch you? See, yeah, you're still moving your arm, and I know that's going to take practice, but I'm going to keep reminding you of that, because that's what's going to cause you to play smoother versus you want. Yeah, you want to try to get smoother, so let's practice our hitting stroke. You stay on that note. Yeah. Or snare, any drum. Yep. Okay. So no matter what kind of notes you're doing, slow notes, which are like quarter notes, or 16th notes, which are fast, you always want to make sure you only flick the wrist like this. And even use your fingers too, like pull with your fingers. Like you're doing. Yeah, just like you're doing when you hit. No arm movement. That's the most important. Yeah. Much better. You're definitely getting there with the 16th notes. Just do it again. Do it again. that's going to take some practice, but I watched your movement on the 16th notes, and that is definitely much better with your hits. No arm movement, because that's very important. That this is wrong. I used to do it myself when I was a young little one, and I kept getting heart debt, saying you're going to drain yourself out. You're going to not be smooth sounding. So try it again. Let me watch you. Your fingers. So it's like wrist and fingers are the key. On any of the drums you're going to hit. Whether it's snare or toms, you do the same technique. Whether it's... So let's try that exercise and let's make sure. Like that. Okay, do it again, do it again, do it again. Your wrist and fingers. Just like, and even when you hit cowbell, you're definitely using your wrist and fingers. It's very important to do that. It's like, watch my right hand. See how I'm pulling with my fingers along with my wrist? That's going to give you the most power and efficient, and you're not going to feel drained and tired doing it. Because if I went like this, watch me, if I do like this, irritating my arm. Does that irritate your arm? Does that irritate your arm? Yeah. So what you want to do? So instead of using your arm, that's right, wrist and fingers. Okay. Let's just do our 8th to 16th notes now. Like this. Oh, you're using your arms again. Oh. Okay, we should slow it down a little. I mean, if you have trouble keeping smooth notes, evenly spaced, sometimes it's best to slow it down and work your way up fast, like this. Just like that, and now let's keep repeating that. Yes, so that's one important thing when you practice those exercises is to repeat them. Instead of doing a one-time through, keep repeating it, because that's exercise. You're just going to plug your phone in?
Yeah, you don't need your phone while you're practicing, do you?
No, I just set it on.
She forgot to plug it in.
Yeah, gotta keep them charged.
Yep, just plugging it in, okay. But yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Always start slow and work your fast. There's no shame in playing as slow as possible. If you have to play really slow just to coordinate and build the muscle memory, it's okay to do that. There's nothing wrong with practicing slow. Okay, can you try that speed? Almost. Your 16th notes are still a little bit unevenly spaced. Can you repeat that twice? You did it the first time. Okay, try it again. Do it twice again. playing it slowly. That way you're gonna develop that sense of memory, just like when you play any video games and you know what to hit at what time. It's the same deal. You learn what to hit when, and you adjust yourself. You gauge everything. You have to gauge things.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
Minecraft.
Well, I'm just saying any of those things that she does, you know, it takes timing and gauging everything. And I always talk about driving the car because it is just something you have to learn, and it takes practice to do. And a lot of it is gauging things like how much to push on the gas pedal till you reach the desired speed, and when to start hitting the brake pedal so you don't just suddenly stop. You know, all those things, that you hit the brake pedal nice and gently. You know how he comes to a nice stop. You know, you don't just suddenly stop, you come to a nice slow down stop. You know, that's timing and gauging and everything. Okay, just for a bonus, you want to try some ride cymbal stuff? Just for grins, let's try some swing stuff. This is what's called swing. And this is where we want our hand to get choppy. Yeah, beautiful. Can you try using more of the tip on that cymbal? Meaning like tip? Yeah, let's do it again, That's called swing. And I did some earlier today, you know, when you were doing just foot and, bass and hi-hat, and I was adding that ride cymbal. Notice what I was doing? That's called swing jazz. And I'm just doing some snare accents. But that's another style of music to do is jazz. I was in what's called high school jazz band. Well, there was the main school band, and then there was the jazz ensemble, and I was the drummer for that. And we played all sorts of stuff, so definitely one of those things. Let's try our bass snare exercise again. Our 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, 1 and 3 on bass, 2 and 4 on snare. So no matter what type of rhythm you're doing, that's the very basic beat. Okay, let's try 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Don't be afraid to hit that snare. 1, 2, 3. Now you're just going to keep that beat, and I'm going to play it on something. Exercise. That's an exercise to always remember to do. That's probably one of your best exercises to practice on the drums when you first get onto the set, or playing on your pillow, or using the floor as their bass drum. Yeah, just like that. You gotta get. Okay. Basically, and also always practice if you feel to get more comfortable with your hands, alternating your hands back and forth. before you get into the 16th notes, you can just do quarter notes, just to exercise your hand coordination like this. Yeah, like that. You just keep doing that over and over, and that'll develop you a sense of coordination. Also acknowledging there's also loud and soft hits as well. I've been teaching you to try to play strong for the most part, but eventually you're going to learn how to be loud and soft. Like, let's do quarter notes together. Let's do them loud. Loud quarter notes. Okay, now we're going to do soft quarter notes. Beautiful. Now, what I want to try to do so that you learn the difference between loud and soft is to do the first two soft and the second two loud. So just so you develop a sense of loud and soft. Because not all beats do you want to be as loud as possible. So I'm going to do a funk rhythm called syncopated. You don't have to be able to do this, but I'm going to show you because there's different snare level hits. Like, watch this. I'm going to do it slow. So I'm doing that basic beat of 1, 2, 3, 4, and all those other hits in between are soft hits, like 1, 2. So those loud hits are always on beats 2 and 4, like we've been practicing, beats 2 and 4, but I'm doing soft hits in between to add color to it. Yeah, that's a good exercise. Let's do soft, loud, soft, loud. Very good. Now I'm going to try it backwards. Do the other way, which is going to be loud, soft, loud, soft. Acknowledging the different level of hits. There can be soft hits, moderate hits, and loud hits. Now, have you ever seen piano music, written piano music? Sometimes in written piano music, in any instrument music, they sometimes have either those P's or F's. And you know what those F's mean? Those F's on piano music? Loud, that means like play it loud, or P's mean play it soft. Have you ever seen those? No? Okay. Well, once you get actual lessons and you get drum books and stuff, they'll probably teach you that too as well, so that you learn how to be both loud and soft. Like, I'm going to do a swing jazz rhythm again, and I'm going to show you the different levels of hits. You're going to have loud and soft hits. Like, I'm doing accents, loud accents, but I'm hitting the snare softly, and you're hearing mostly ride. there's loud accents. It colors your rhythm. It adds all sorts of things. So that's another exposure I wanted to give you, is playing both loud and soft. That way your music is more colorful. It's interesting to listen to. As you know, all bands and music, they both play loud and soft. How long has it been?
Are you done? Are you done already? How long has it been going for?
I don't see where it says.
It's in the corner, baby.
26.
Yeah, 26 minutes. Well, you want to take another break, or are you trying to stop for the night?
I'll stop and I'm tired.
Well, why don't you do one more exercise with Metal Pete with one of the things you need to work on?
We'll give her a few minute break.
Do a break? Okay.
Yeah, I would say to give her, and